Hey guys, this is Dennis here, and today we're going to be working on assignment 9-1 from the Esri tutorial workbook, the first GIS tutorial workbook. And some students have asked me to make videos, or I'm having a little trouble with this one, so I decided to make a trial video and see how it goes. So let's get right into it. The very first thing it wants you to do is to set up the map. So it wants you to first set up a geodatabase. Now, on my catalog, you'll notice I have two different folders that says GIST1. This is because I have GIST1 from version 10, and this here is 10.1 for me. Now, I'm going to be working in this folder. Yours will look like this. It's exactly the same. Don't get confused. Okay. And it wants us to go my assignments. In chapter 9. Now I have already made one from a previous time I've done this, but it's fine. We'll go ahead and make another. And right click that, hit new, file geodatabase. We'll just name it 912. And the next thing it wants us to do is to then set up the map document properties to store relative path names to data sources. So we'll just click that. And it also wants us to save this in the assignments. So just go ahead and do that. You'll see it right here. This is the one we're working in right now. Now we can add some data. So the first thing it wants us to add, and I'll start from the beginning, this will be in the Esri Press file folder, and it'll be in your GIST1, and we'll go to Data, United States Geodatabase, and it wants the counties and the US cities DTL. So we added both of those, and now it wants us to do another thing. It wants us to set this into the specific UTM for California. Now I looked in the chapter and I didn't see anywhere where it would tell you which zone to use. So I have this JPEG here. These are the different zones in North America. And just in case you want to know, UTM stands for Universal Transverse Mercator. And we're going to use zone 11. So we're just going to type UTM, go to projected, go to UTM, then go to North America, and we're going to do zone 11. It's fine. Zoom here. Now it also wants us to add another piece of data, so we're going to go back here, add data, and this is going to be in the data, and then you'll go into the data files folder, and it's going to be the earthquakes. Now, the first thing I want us to do before we really get into it is to make sure that we get rid of all the negative 9999 values, because those stand for, I don't need to pull that up, but those stands for data that they have no records for, so they want us to get rid of that. So we just go to the US cities, right click properties, we're going to set up a query. Now, and the book tells us this is going to be in the population 2007. So we're going to click population 2007, click does not equal to, which is this one right here. Click get unique values, and it's going to be right here. We're going to verify it. Now we also know that we just want to work in California. So we can just add a line, state abbreviations, equal to California. We'll verify. Next step is to then export this into its own feature class, own shapefile. So we're going to right click here, go to Data, Export Data, and we're going to put it right in our new geodatabase. We're going to call this, as the book wants us to to CA cities. So we're going to save, and we add it. There it is. This is our geodatabase because we're working in the source still. This is the drawing. This is the source. We're going to work here a little bit longer, and we'll just remove this. The next thing it wants us to do is to turn this table into an XY event layer. So we're going to right click it, and we're going to click display XY data. Now we know the XY field stands for lat long. And just to confirm that, we're going to go into the attribute table. You're going to see XY, and these are in fact lat long. So go back, display XY data, click Y. Now the book asks us to use the same coordinate system as the CA counties and not the UTM zone. So we're going to click Edit, and we're just going to import it in CA counties. We're going to turn off the cities for now, and these are the XY events. Now the XY event is actually temporary, and it can't be geoprocessed. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a shapefile, into a feature class. So we're going to export data, and we're going to put it in the same geodatabase. I'm going to call it CA earthquakes. Now we can just switch to drawing, and we can get rid of this. Now the book asks us to make another query so that we can only see earthquakes from 1985 and above, and on the MMSI scale of 7 or greater. So we're going to build another query, go to year, and we're going to do greater than or equal to. And I checked, and there was not a 1985, but there is a 1986. And we're going to add MMI, same thing, greater than or equal to. It's going to be 7. And then the first thing I notice is this point here. So I'm going to click on that to see what this is. And this says Oregon, but it says state, California still. So what we're going to do, we're just going to remove that real quick. So I'm going to start the editor. And we're just going to remove those. Save edits, and stop editing. Now the next thing it wants us to do is to set up a 20-mile buffer around these earthquakes. So we're going to click Geoprocessing, click Buffer, just drag this here. Now in the book, it asks you to not use the dissolve type, but we are going to use it, because the way they have it, you do it is kind of convoluted, and kind of like longer than you need to do. And then we're going to make sure it's in 20 miles. And we're going to want to put it in that same geodatabase. This is going to be CA earthquakes buffer. And the reason why in the book it wants you to not dissolve all of them is because it doesn't want it to be a single polygon. However, we can just do that. We can change that just by using the editor. So we're going to click on this. We're going to select this polygon. We're going to turn on the editor. And we're going to go to Editor. And we're going to want to turn the Advanced Editing on. So I already had it on, so we'll do it again. We'll click on Advanced Editing. We're going to use this tool right over here called the Explode Multi-Part feature. What this is going to do is it's going to separate these polygons. We're going to open up. Now they're all separate. The save edits, stop editor, and now it wants us to spatially join this with the cities. So we're going to go to join. There's going to be two options: join attributes from a table or join data from another layer based on spatial location. We're going to click that one. We're going to click CA cities and sum. Now the reason why we're doing this is so we can get the population inside these buffers. So we click OK. We have it here joined. Now I forgot to rename it. That's fine. We can just say CA It's also not in the geodatabase, but it's not super important. So now we're going to turn on the label features. As you can see, it's not the correct one yet. So we have to go to Properties, Labels. We're going to change to Sum Population 2007. We're also going to add a halo to it, so it's easier to read. And we're going to do one more thing to this to make it a little easier to understand. So you're going to open up the attribute table. We're going to select Sum, turn on the properties, go to Numeric, and we're just going to turn on the 1000 separators. You'll see that's not showing on the map yet, so we just refresh. Now, I want you to, at this point, symbolize these. So we're going to open up the properties, go to Symbology, Quantiles. We're going to pick Sum Population 2007. Now this is really up to you to decide how you want to color it so it makes sense. And the point is to show you which areas would possibly have a higher population, therefore might have higher damage or more damaging. Now the rest is up to you. You should remember how to do a legend, title, text, scale bar, all that. What you can do, I would do, is turn it to landscape. And from this point, the actual work has been done, and it's up to you to make sure you follow the rules and make it look pretty. Right, that's it for this. We'll see how this goes. If you have any questions, let me know. And thank you.